Morning, Bante.
Good afternoon, Bante.
And good morning. We all celebrate the triple events of the Buddha's life. As all Buddhists know, this is the day Prince Siddhartha was born, attained enlightenment, and passed away. So we celebrate his birthday. These days we celebrate our birthdays. The birthday celebration goes back to 2600, more than 2600 years ago. That is for Buddhists. We celebrate not our own birthdays, we celebrate the birthday of the Buddha, Prince Siddhartha. The birth of anybody reminds death. The birth of anybody does not bring so much happiness. But the Buddha's birth is happiness. It is said, Sukho Bhuttanam Upado, Sukha Saddhana Desana, Sukha Samgata Sahamadi, Samagganam Taposiko. Happy is the rising of Buddhas. Happy is the teaching of the true Dhamma. Happy is the harmony of the Sangha. Happy is the art and practice of those who are in. The Buddha's birth is all the Buddha's birth brings happiness. Not only the family, to that country, not even for human beings, but even divine beings, animals, and for all living beings. Buddha's birth brings happiness. There were people who thought happiness of even today. We think happiness of other type. When when Siddhartha Gautama Bodhisattva was returning from his palace, pleasure garden, Kisa Gautami saw him coming, and she said, to herself little loudly, Niputo nuna samata, Niputo nuna sotita, Niputa nuna sanari, Yassayam edi sopati. The mother who has such as son as such, father who has son as such a son, wife who has a husband like him, are happy. So her message aroused the Buddha's spiritual urgency, that is Dhamma Samvega. And he said to himself, well, I will attain Nibbana, I will become Buddha and enlighten those who have not become Buddhas. So I will liberate myself from samsaric suffering and liberate others from samsaric suffering. And I have crossed over the samsaric ocean, and I want to liberate others from samsaric ocean of samsara. And so that is how he described. So he had the loftier than anybody else's purpose. So he described hard. Even he had the various things. In some places he says to people, happiness is being free from debt. Every honest householder, it is to be burdened is to be in debt is a burden. When it is repaired, one becomes happy. Happiness of possessing of wealth. When one has possession, the person will be happy. So then Bhoga Sukha, when the joy of possession becomes the joy of enjoyment possession, when this happiness, this happiness increases due to one's own wealth. More wealth they feel happy. And also when they think of what they have earned honestly, sincerely. That is unavoidable. Like that, there are various types of happiness. So, and then happiness of homelessness. For people who have homes, they have happiness. Those who do not have homes, they are always free to move around without having to pay their rents and bills and so forth. So material comfort is happiness, but non-material comfort is happiness. Noble happiness, ignoble happiness, and various type of happiness. And so the Buddha has a different type of happiness. For people, kaya sukha, physical happiness, cetasika sukha, mental happiness, dipa sukha, divine happiness, manasika sukha, human happiness, then mundane happiness, supramundane happiness, so forth and so on. So Buddha said, happy is detachment for one who is content, for one who has learned Dhamma, who sees blissful is freedom from anger in the world, restraint towards living creatures. Then happy is the possessiveness in the world, the overcoming of sensual desire, but abolishing the conceit I am, that is true and supreme bliss and happiness. We see that in all subjection to another is painful, full mastery is happy. Partnership in afflictions, bonds are difficult to overcome. So, Buddha said, this is very beautiful statement in Pali. Kinkara Udapanena, Apate Sampradasyavam, Tannaya Mulato Chetva, Kissa Pariyasana Chari. What use is there of well if there is water everywhere? When craving's root is severed, what should one go about searching? So, for the Buddha, he went on searching for happiness. It's called Arya Pariyasana. Noble search for happiness. There are two types of search, noble search and ignoble search. What is the ignoble search? Craving. Ignoble search. Craving. Craving, depending on craving, we pursue. When you pursue going in search, we gain. When we gain, we make decision. We have to make decision. Depending on decision making, desire and lust arises. And desire and lust arise, depending on that, attachment arises. When attachment arises, possessiveness arises. When possessiveness arises, stinginess arises. When stinginess arises, safeguarding arises. Because of safeguarding, various evil, unwholesome phenomena originate. The taking from and weapons, conflicts, quarrels, disputes, insulting speech, slander, and falsehood. You find this in Mahanidana Sutta. And then, even when he met the Buddha, even when he met Deepankara Buddha, he was ready to attain enlightenment. Nevertheless, he decided to attain supreme Buddhahood and help others who have not been fortunate enough to have the intention to let go. He was very fortunate that he had he was able to let go things. So that is why he said, having made aspiration, I am Buddha. I will enlighten others. I have become fully enlightened. Now I enlighten other beings. Then he said, having made the aspiration, I have crossed over. I will help others cross. I have crossed over the cycle of existence. Now I help others. This is his joy, his happiness. Having made the aspiration, I am liberated. I will liberate others. I am free from suffering, and now I help others to free from suffering. So there are various type of ways Buddha thought of making people, others happy. Ordinary people are happy in killing. Their happiness is stealing, telling lies, slanderous talk, gossip, sensual misconduct, using intoxicants, insulting others, and so forth. They become happy. And they become happy by winning again. They are happy in getting a partners. And they are happy by boasting, self-praise, disparaging others, and so forth. Then the higher happiness is freedom from hindrances and freedom from all kinds of mental impurities. When one can be happy when one develops five spiritual faculties, spiritual powers, reflection of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, they can be happy. Then there is another kind of happiness called jhana sukha, happiness of gaining concentration, samadhi. And there is the happiness of nekkhamma sukha, renunciation. The highest happiness is called nibbana, parama sukha. Good health is happiness, good friendship is happiness, but the highest is attaining nibbana. And it is happy among those who hate. Happy is the life without remorse. Happy is the life without attachment. Happy is the life without anguish. Happy is without suffering. Happy is in solitude. happy with insight, with living with insight, and sometimes great learning is happy. To live a virtuous life is happy, and so forth. Now, the Buddha said, however, because there is one person who arises in the world for the welfare of many people, welfare for the happiness of many people, out of compassion for the world, for the good welfare and happiness of the devas and human beings. Who is that person? That person is the perfectly enlightened Tathagata, the Buddha, without any discrimination. He wanted everybody to be happy. He is rare in the world. He's an extraordinary person. Death of one is lamented by many people. When one dies, only very few people lament, sorrow, grief. When the Buddha passed away, so many people sorrow, lament. Manifestation of one person is the manifestation of vision, manifestation of great light, manifestation of great radiance, the manifestation of six things unsurpassed, the realization of the four analytical knowledge, the penetration of numerous elements, the penetration of the diversity of elements, the realization of truth and true knowledge and liberation, and the realization of the fruit of stream entry, the realization of fruit of once eternal, the realization of fruit of non-return, realization of the fruit of ownership. Who is that person? That person is the Tathagata. Only when the Buddhas arise in the world, I said that birth is happiness. See the degrees of happiness the Buddhas bring to the world. There is no end to that. The Buddha seeing of thinking of him brings happiness to our mind. But the thought to be happy in truth, in sight, sound, order, taste, touch, and thought of truth. What is the true truth we experience in this sixth sensory object? That is, that they are all impermanent. He gave us the key to unlock the secret of happiness. But what ordinary people see, when they see that, they do not cannot penetrate into the reality through what they see, what they hear, what they smell, what they taste, what they touch, what they think. They cannot penetrate into the reality to unlock the happiness, to reach happiness. Then we talk about Niramisa Sukha, spiritual happiness. But not only spiritual happiness, there is spiritual suffering, spiritual equanimity. Now, what is spiritual joy? The Buddha said, what are the six kinds of joy based on the household life, when one regards as gain the gain of forms, cognizable by the eye, that are wished for, desired, agreeable, gratifying, and associated with sensual pleasures, worldlings, and therefore the worldlings, oh, this is how they experience in the present, or when they recall what was formerly obtained, that has passed, ceased, and changed, joy arises in them. It is when they see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and thought, think. At that moment, they have pleasure, happiness. Or when they think of what they have seen, heard, smelled, tasted, and so forth, that were pleasing to them, they are happy. That is called joy based on household life. Joy based on mundane household life. At the same time, what are the six kind of spiritual happiness? Happiness of renunciation, when by knowing the impermanence, change, fading away, and cessation of forms, one sees as this actually is with proper wisdom that forms both formerly and now are all impermanent, suffering, and subject to change. Joy arises in them. Such a joy is called joy based on renunciation. See, the same thing, two different individuals see, experience. Ordinary people who are not learned the Dhamma, associated with the right person, Ariana Gatasa, Aridame Apolito, Aridame Avinito. Those who are not trained in noble Dhamma, they don't know about noble persons, and when they experience things through their six senses, they have different attitude. They enjoy it. And they also see impermanence. When they see impermanence, they will be unhappy. But when an Aryan, noble person who associates with the right person, lives trained by their, according to their teaching, when they see things, they see hear, smell, taste, touch, and so forth. They know that all these are impermanent. All these change, fading away, cessation, and they see them exactly as they are, with proper wisdom. With proper wisdom, they see impermanent, changing, passing, ceasing, disappearing. They see that. One has to have a very deep insight to see this reality. When they see this reality, that person is happy. Happy to see the truth. Truth is we mentioned it many times, tastiest of all the taste is the taste of truth. Satyam Have Sadhu Taram Rasana. A demon called Alavaka asked the Buddha, King Su Have Sadhu Taram Rasana. What is the taste of the tastiest? Buddha said, Satyam Havesa Utaram Prasadam. Taste, the truth is the tastiest of all the tastes. Is that what you have heard? Truth is bitter for ordinary people. But for insightful person, truth is the tastiest, which brings happiness. So, and that is seen impermanence and so on. But then what is impermanence is suffering. This is what the ordinary people say. And when one regards as non-gain, the non-gain of forms recognizable by eyes that are restored, desired, agreeable, gratifying, and associated with worldliness, or when one recalls what was formerly not obtained that has passed, ceased, and changed, then grief arises. Such a grief as this is called grief based on the household life. Now, household life has one type of grief. What is the grief? What is the grief they have? They don't get what they want. They don't get what they want. Not to get what one wants is suffering, grief. And when they don't get it, ordinary people, they are unhappy. They are suffering. When they don't get what they want to see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and so forth, they want to have them, but they don't get them. So then therefore, they will be unhappy. That is called ordinary household happiness. But what is the happiness of renunciation? Dukkha. Niram is a dukkha. This is very important. When by knowing the impermanence, change, fading away, cessation of forms, one sees as it actually is, with proper wisdom, that forms, both formerly and now, are all impermanent, suffering, subject to change. One generates longing for the supreme liberation. Thus, now this is the they follow all the rules, instructions, meditation, practicing, regularity, consistency, advice, they follow all of them. But when shall I enter upon the abide, upon and abide in the breast that the noble ones now enter upon and abide on? That means I am practicing this, but I have not attained it yet. But I know some others have attained extreme entry, once return, never return state, and run. I have not attained anything. I've been practicing exactly as they practice. I follow all the rules and regulations. My practice is very consistent. I follow the Dhamma. But I'm still in the same place in plateau. No any attainment. When I can get this, that brings in unhappiness. That unhappiness has nothing to do with any gaining anything mundane. That unhappiness has nothing to do with mundane things. That happiness is letting go. Letting go, he practice letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. But still he is in the same place. That dukkha, that suffering is called spiritual dukkha. Niramisa dukkha. You have heard Niramisa sukha. You have heard Nirvana Sukha, but you have not heard Nirvana Dukkha. This is Nirvana Dukkha, not to get what one wants. They want to get spiritual achievement, the success, attaining liberation, but they don't get it. That is dukkha. Dukkha for them. But for the lay people, ordinary people, what is dukkha? What they don't get, they don't get what they want, what they want. They want money, jobs, pleasure, partners, proper place, travel, you know, remaining young, never getting old, never falling sick, never taking people and so forth. These are things they don't get. Although they want them, they don't get it. But the spiritual dukkha is how can I let go of all of them? But I am not liberated. That's called spiritual dukkha. And then the last is mundane, ordinary equanimity. Equanimity. It is on seeing form with eye. Equanimity arises in a foolish, infatuated, ordinary person, in an untaught, ordinary person who has not conquered his hindrances, his limitations, or conquered the results of action, and who is blind to danger. Such an equanimity as this does not transcend the form. That is why it is called equanimity based on the household life. That means ordinary person is trying hard to get what he wants, he work hard, and then finally he gives up. Just like sour grape. You know, the folks jump up to eat some grapes. He jumped and jumped and jumped and jumped and he could not get it. Then he said, who cares for this? I don't need that. That kind of equanimity, Buddha said equanimity is mundane, ordinary, worldly equanimity. Just giving up. But there is a spiritual equanimity, much greater, much supreme. What is that? Same thing that just like ordinary other person who has not trained the mind. This one who is bent upon attaining liberation, train the mind through the practice of meditation, sees impermanence, change, fading away, cessation of forms, sound, smell, taste, touch, and so forth. He sees impermanence. Sees impermanence as it actually is with proper wisdom. That forms both formerly and now are all impermanent, suffering, and subject to change. Equanimity arises. Such equanimity as this transcends the form. That is why it is called equanimity based on renunciation. Now, he sees everything without any exception. In the present, he sees everything without any exception is changing, impermanent, unsatisfactory. and he sees everything he experienced in the past through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, were all impermanent, unsatisfactory, and without self. And see this general, normal, universal pattern in everything. And that is not related to anything physical, but it is very deep spiritual experience. Then he said, well, everything is impermanent. What is the big deal? Everything is unsatisfactory. What is the big deal? So he maintained equanimity there. That kind of equanimity is called spiritual equanimity. Niramisa adukkam asukam. Niramisa adukkam asukam. So, Buddha we were talking about uh, about happiness. Now, with regard to all this, we have to say this. With, and therefore, fully knowing the rising and passing of aggregates, form, feeling, perception, thought, and consciousness, one attains joy and delight. One sees the aggregates exactly as they are in the past, present, and future. Yeah, again, experience bliss, happiness. So, for ordinary person, whatever he sees impermanent, unsatisfactory, and then they are going to be happy. So the Buddha has a very special way of teaching the truth to people to gain happiness. When the Buddha met a quick-witted person, he would give instruction on giving up nissarana. Quick-witted person can grasp things very quickly. So he would teach the person how to let go and gain happiness. Nissarana. Nissarana means giving up. So he gained happiness by giving up. He can do it very, very easily because he's a quick-witted person. That's called in Bali Ugaditanya. Ugadita means coming in contact. As soon as the person comes in contact with the Dhamma, immediately attain enlightenment. And for that kind of person, tells how to give up. And then if they met a little slow-witted person, little slow-witted, is not as quick as the first one, he will teach him the danger and giving up, danger of sensual pleasures, and then the benefit of giving up. Asa adhinam and nisarana. Adhinam means danger, nisarana means giving. Danger of what? Danger of pleasure, desire, greed, danger. And then the benefit, happiness, one gains by letting go of that dangerous thing. That is greed. If the Buddha met a person who is given, who needs more detailed explanation of the Dhamma, the Buddha teaches him enjoyment, danger, and abandoning. Enjoyment means asana, adina, nisana. Enjoyment of desire, greed, and its danger, and the benefit of giving up. So Buddha not only talked about happiness, but he taught various systematic ways of gaining that happiness. That is why we said, that is why he said, the birth of the Buddha is happiness. He not only talked about happiness, but he led people, gave instruction, method, and system to gain that happiness. You see? So Buddha said, when one sees with wisdom, all sankharas are impermanent, then one would be disappointed with suffering. When one sees with wisdom that all impermanent, all conditioned things are impermanent, then one would be disappointed with suffering. When you hear this statement, you might wonder, let me repeat the statement again. When one sees with wisdom that all conditioned things are impermanent, then one would be disappointed with suffering. One would be disappointed with suffering. When you say one would be disappointed with suffering, it implies that you have been enjoying suffering. You are enjoying suffering, and then later on when you see things with wisdom, you will be disappointed with suffering. Does anybody enjoy suffering? Yes, friends, everybody enjoys suffering. Everybody enjoys suffering. So that means whenever you have pleasure, pleasure comes with pain. Pleasure comes with pain. That is why we repeat many times. You get one free, you get one and get one free. You buy one and get one free. You buy one, get one free. What you buy? Pleasure. What you get free is pain. So we buy pleasure, enjoy pleasure. Every pleasure has its underlying pain, suffering. And that's why when one sees with wisdom that everything is impermanent, one would be disappointed with suffering. Sometimes when one sees wisdom that Dhamma side without self, one would be disappointed with the Dhamma. That is with suffering. Dhamma is impersonal. Impersonal. There is no way that we can become attached to Dhamma because Dhamma itself is impersonal. If we are attached to this impersonal Dhamma, we are becoming attached to something impersonal. What is that? It is mental phenomenon come into existence through causes and conditions. When the causes and conditions disappear, whatever was created by cause and condition also will disappear. What was not there will be created, and that one created by something will disappear when the creating it disappears. So, in Pali it is called auto-sambodhutta. Something that doesn't actually come into existence through causes and conditions, and that will gain into existence through causes and conditions will disappear. Not something that exists, disappears, but that something that came into existence will disappear. And therefore, when one sees this with wisdom, the amount of degree of pleasure and happiness one gains is immeasurable. Immeasurable. You cannot measure it by anything, any measurement. Therefore, friends, the birth of the Buddha is happiness. And then we also says the what they call teaching the right Dhamma, good Dhamma, is happiness. You know, we if the Dhamma is true Dhamma, that opens our eyes to wisdom, then we will have true happiness. There is, as I mentioned earlier, what use is there a well if there is water everywhere? When cravings truth is severed, what should one go about searching? You know, there is a two kind of search, noble search and ignoble search. Ignoble search increases our desire. Noble search decreases our desire. When desire is got totally abandoned, given up, destroyed, then we are experiencing endless bliss and happiness. And therefore, when we understand this with wisdom, we have enormous happiness. That is why it is said that happiness, happy is the rising of the truth. Happy is the teaching of the true Dhamma. You know, true Dhamma is the one that brings us true happiness. And when we have learned, practiced true Dhamma, then our community, Sangha, Sukha, Sangha, Samati, harmony is, happy is the harmony of the Sangha. Sangha means the community. There are two kinds of Sanghas, conventional Sangha, and Arya Sangha. Conventional Sangha is any number more than 4 is called Sangha. Arya Sangha means noble ones. Noble ones are the who have attained extremity and so forth are noble Sangha. And they live in harmony. How they live in harmony? Because they all agree not to break rules. All agree. When everybody agrees not to break rules, there's a harmony. And the harmony and their practice therefore becomes happy because they're all working together. They may be different in bodies, but one in mind. Different in bodies, one in mind. Therefore, their happiness, they experience bliss, peace, and happiness. And therefore, Buddha not only just birth of the Buddha is not only happiness, but the way he taught is happy, the community become happy, people who practice become happy, and therefore, on this special occasion, we must understand the very purpose of celebrating the Buddha's birthday. We celebrate Buddha's birthday because of the various things that he taught to make us happy. And friends, you heard the bomb. Now I think it is time for us to stop. And I hope you got little, a small part of Buddha's lofty message on this day. And I hope we try to live by that and try to experience it and share the same happiness with everybody. Have a very happy result.